Assalamu alaikum. This is Anish Nazir. I am a professional English language teacher teaching in a private school in Pakistan. I'm also a visiting faculty member at University of Azad Jammu and Kashmir. I did my MPhil in linguistics and I have my publication in the field of ELT. And today I'm going to give you a demonstration on the lesson of climate change. Today's lesson is consisting of different parts. The first part of the lesson is regarding a picture description about the climate change. Secondly, we have the video tutorial, and after watching the video tutorial there is a description and discussion and explanation of the lesson. Then we have the group activity of KWL, where students will write what they know, what they want to know before watching the video, and after watching the video they are going to write about what they have learned from the lesson. The last part of the lesson is regarding the guidelines for composition writing, and at the end there is a activity where students are going to arrange the paragraphs. Assalamu alaikum dear students, I hope you are fine. This is Anish Nazir. I am a professional English language teacher from Pakistan. Today I'm going to demonstrate a very interesting lesson which is on the climate change. But before going to the explanation and discussion of the lesson, I want all of you to think critically and describe the picture. Okay, students, what are you observing in this picture? That's wonderful. I appreciate your response. Dear students, these are some of the responses or some of the causes or effects of global warming that you can relate after observing the picture, that this could happen because of the global warming, rising temperature and extreme weather, increase in extreme weather, and the rapid industrialization. Now moving towards, I want to share the objectives of today's lesson. So at the end of this session, students, you will be able to discuss the reasons and impacts of climate change. You also will be able to give your input after watching video tutorial. You're going to start making your KWL chart. And lastly, you will be able to write an essay on the topic according to the format. Okay, students, as we have discussed about the topic, that is the climate change, hearing this lesson as long in the present era, and we all are eye-witnessing so many changes in the weather in the form of global warming. So before going to the explanation and discussion of the lesson, I want all of you to do this group activity. So in this activity, what you have to do is you have to make 3 columns and you have to write that that basically KWL stands for what do you know, what you want to know, and what you learn from the lesson. So right now I want you to attempt first 2 parts of this activity, which is K and W, and you are going to attempt the last section of this activity at the end of a lesson. So now students, put your all eyes on this video and think critically about this video tutorial. After watching this video tutorial, because you are going to answer some of the questions regarding this video tutorial, so let's dive into the video.
As a result of the Industrial Revolution that kicked off in the mid-1700s, the Earth's surface is warming up at a never-seen-before rate. A major reason for the rise in temperatures is the increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere. These cause our planet to retain heat from the sun. Greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane are released into the atmosphere when fossil fuels are burned. Trees and oceans absorb carbon dioxide, but can't handle the large amounts that are now building up in the Earth's atmosphere. And because our forests are shrinking, even less carbon dioxide is absorbed. The high levels of carbon dioxide are already acidifying oceans, killing off coral reefs. It's also triggering a dangerous rise in sea levels and an increase in extreme weather events. Around the world and across Europe, innovators are now racing against the clock to invent new ways to live in our cities, use land, manufacture products, and run our businesses. New innovations are bringing down greenhouse gas emissions to confront climate change and its threat to our health and our economies, while creating new, sustainable growth and jobs. Join us.
Okay, students, I hope this video would be very informative for all of you. So now I want you to answer these questions. These questions are related to your video tutorial that you have watched right now. So the first question is, what are the major reasons of increasing global temperature after 17th century? Why sea level is increasing? What happens when fossil fuels are burnt? How new innovations are playing the major role in climate change? So right now, I want all of you to be very critical in answering all these questions. Okay, now I need your responses, students. So these could be the responses that we can. So now I want you to answer these questions. These questions are related to your video tutorial that you have watched right now. So the first question is, what are the major reasons of increasing global temperature after 17th century? Why sea level is increasing? What happens when fossil fuels are burnt? How new innovations are playing the major role in climate change? So right now, I want all of you to be very critical in answering all these questions. Okay, now I need your responses, students. So these could be the responses that we can think that these could be the answers of these questions. That the first one could be the Industrial Revolution. Second one can be that this is because why sea level is increasing, because the glaciers and ice sheets are melting. Students, now we are moving towards the main section of our lesson today, that is the composition writing. So before a writing task, I want to give you instructions about essay writing. So let's talk about the parts of essay. So the first part is the introductory paragraph, which basically includes opening hook and the thesis statement. The second and the third paragraph is the body paragraph, which supports the thesis statement and include examples and actually begin the topic sentence. Then comes the body paragraph, which includes the first argument, second argument that covers second argument, and third is the present argument. And the last part of our essay writing is the conclusion, which basically wraps up the essay and restate the thesis in a unique way. So at the end of the lesson, here is an activity which I will call the activity as a meeting points. This is the paragraph and I have unscrambled them for you. And now you have to keep in mind the instructions about introductory paragraph, body paragraph, argument, supporting details, and the last, the conclusion. So now your task is to arrange all these paragraphs together for placing them in order. And the success criteria, so one thing as a side learning for all of you is that you can see that the drastic change in the climate and the global warming these days. So the recent drastic change that UAE has faced, as in the form of floods, rains, These are basically the side effects of the global warming. So students, I want to know, what do you know, what do you think, how we can cope up with these problems in the present times. So at the end of the lesson, I want to share the success criteria with you, that you are going to follow the essay format having the word limit 250 to 275. Use the persuasive language and present tense for writing. Use the model auxiliaries to write recommendations. Work in the group. Complete the last column of KWL chart after watching the video and the discussion of the lesson, and complete your work. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you will be having a wonderful writing. Dear students, it's the time to conclude the lesson. So our today's lesson was about the climate change, the causes and the effects of the climate change, and how this current issue is becoming the worldwide issue. And also in the end of the lesson, I have guided you regarding how to write a composition writing regarding the climate change. Now, and we have also discussed about the different parts of the paragraph writing, of the composition writing. And I hope this lesson was very informative for you, and I hope you have gained the knowledge regarding the climate change, and you also come to know about how to write a good composition writing. So I hope it would be informative, and wish you very good luck. Thank you.